Hello everyone, welcome to another pick a card reading. This is a reading about message from your ancestors. If you have watched my previous video, you know that this is the time of the year when you remember your ancestors. If you haven't watched that, I'll link it to this video on the iCard top card. Where there's an I button, you can actually find that video, and it's very important to connect with your ancestors during this time of the year. There are two very important dates or portals where this connection is even more stronger. One is already over on last beginning of this week, and there's another coming on 15th, I suppose. You can watch that video. The dates are specifically mentioned in that video, and you can follow some very simple instructions given in that video. But nevertheless, in this video, I'm exploring what is the message that they want to communicate with you, what they want to tell you right now, your ancestors, what should you be doing in your life, or what they expect from you, something like that. So I've not seen the cards like usual, because I don't want to mix one pile with another. If I see the cards beforehand, I mix them all in my mind, so I don't do that. So let's start picking the card. This is pile 1, this is pile 2, this is pile 3, and this is pile 4. 1, 2, 3, and 4. So you can pause the video, take your time, and pick one pile, and I'll start reading from pile 1. So pile 1, you have rest and rejuvenate, conflict and defeat, and then the power card. Wow. So what the universe is telling you right now, you have a lot of fear about conflicts and being defeated. But the universe is telling that there's nothing to worry about. Whatever the conflict is, wherever the conflict is somewhere in your mind. It's not outside, it's inside in your own mind, and it's something that is bothering you, it's something that is creating trouble for you because you are perceiving the tensed mind. Somebody's trying to connect with me on WhatsApp. That's why you hear that background noise, but I can read that later. But the more important thing is that you are creating a lot of tensions on your own. You don't have to worry about them. You need to stop worrying about them, spend a lot of time resting and rejuvenating and meditating, because from there you will get the power to overcome this conflict, overcome this negative energy that you have been harvesting in your own mind, because there's some kind of negative energy in your solar plexus chakra which is trying to find its way out and trying to express itself. You need to overcome that energy, cleanse that energy, and you need some power for that. And that power will come from within you, it will not come from outside. And this negativity is also within you, it's not coming from outside. You might be perceiving X or Y in your environment wants to harm you, but their intention might be different, or there might be an intention of harming you probably in the past, but they have moved on from that. It's you who has to move on. That's what your ancestors are telling here. And then they are asking you to release all the fear. Wow, I have actually not seen this card, trust me. So I have been talking about this for last couple of minutes, but then this card shows up here and it talks about releasing fear. So I've already explained this, so I'll just move to the next cards and see what the other cards are. Forgiveness. This is something that I was hinting at, that the other person has moved on It's you who is being holding on to a lot of negative energy within you in your solar plexus chakra. You need to forgive the other person, and you also need to move on, and it requires great amount of inner strength. Without your own inner strength, you probably will fail at it. So please, please, please try to rest and rejuvenate. The only thing that you need to do right now is forget everything and rest right now and find your inner strength. And the moment you find your inner strength, you will be able to overcome all the fear. You will be able to forgive this person and make the difference in the world that you have been hoping and wishing for all the time. Somewhere your energies are blocked because you have not forgiven someone, especially someone who has passed away. You, someone in your immediate family or your friend circle or someone you are not able to forgive because of a certain reason. Maybe you felt that they were harsh to you, or you felt that they did something bad to you, but if you step into their shoes, they probably had no other choice, and they just need your forgiveness so that they can move on with their journey in other planes. You are probably restricting their journey, and because they are blocked in some way, things are getting blocked for you. It's all connected. Even though they don't want to block it for you, they just want release for themselves. So try to forgive them, try to release them, and things will be easy for you. Especially someone in your immediate ancestral, if you have some kind of grudge, which is quite possible. I'm not judging you for that, because that your point of view is also valid, but that person has, you cannot do anything about that right now. You need to understand that and let that person be free, and let that person to move to the other plane in freedom from all the negativity that you have been storing, because a part of that person's energy is living through you. You need to release that energy. So moving on to pile 2. So what's the message from your ancestors? Triumph, emotional withdrawal, and material strength and prosperity. So these are the other 3 cards here from Oracle. We'll look at them in a while. But what we have here is triumph, emotional withdrawal, and material and spiritual prosperity. So what the cards are telling me here is very clear and loud, that your ancestors are quite happy with you, that you have your willpower to move forward. They are asking you to continue to use your willpower and keep moving forward, and maintain emotional distance from people around you, or emotional, it's somewhere, not people around you. You might be remembering some of the persons who have just passed away in past few years, and you have been getting very emotional about that, and they are seeing that you're trying to maintain that emotional balance and emotional withdrawal, because you are trying to now recognize and understand that people move on because of uncontrollable reasons. They pass on to a different plane, but life as it is in our plane doesn't stop. And if we stop because somebody has left us, uh, it gets very unbearable for the person who has passed away, and it also gets difficult for us on the material front. So what they are seeing right now is that slowly and steadily you're progressing towards emotional withdrawal and trying to find your footing in the material world, and also feeling spiritually grounded, because when you lose your loved ones, it also happens that you lose your spiritual grounding for a while because life goes off balance and it's very difficult to find that balance. But now that they are seeing that you're trying to find your balance and you are doing it little more efficiently and little more successfully, they feel quite happy about that, and they ask you to continue doing that, and they see that your willpower is becoming more stronger and stronger, and they again feel very happy about that. And the next set of cards that we have is that assuming your financial responsibility. So they are actually asking you to focus more on your material responsibilities. They're bringing back the attention to this card. So they're repeating the same message. Possibly I should keep them together here in this way. Like focus on your material responsibility. And then this card is talking about ownership. They say that you are the owner of your life. And if you want to remember your ancestors or the people who have passed away, that is fine. You should do that and you should continue to remember them because they were part of your life. You would have shaped up as a totally different person if these people were not there in your life in the past. But right now, you are in a different situation. So own that situation and keep moving forward with your willpower and keep focusing on your goals and start achieving them because that makes them very happy. And one of the ways of achieving your goals is to finding your material grounding and finding your financial independence. And the final message is embrace your future, embracing the future. You cannot stop living in your present or hoping good things in future just because somebody has walked out of your life, has crossed that door and gateway and moved to some other plane. It was their destiny to go on the other side, but it's not your destiny. You still have to live here and you still have to find your path. You still have to find your luxury. Still have to find your freedom. So, as long as you are on this earth plane, continue to live as luxuriously and happily. And don't forget to remember them, but then don't get overly possessive and stop living your life. That's the message that they want to give you right now. They're quite happy with how much you have progressed. They are seeing a very good amount of progress on your side, so they're quite happy and they want you to continue with that progress. So that's your message. This one was a good one. I really liked your message. Moving to pile 3, let's see what do we have. We have disruptions, we have solitude, we have recognition and reward. And then we have 3 oracle cards. We'll go through them one by one. But let's see what's the message that is coming for you. So they are trying to recognize that somebody in your life has passed away very unexpectedly. You did not expect that, and it was quite painful for you. And you actually went into deep uh, slumber, and it was like you started getting into all those spiritual texts, maybe uh, Vedas or Gita or Bible or some other religious text which could answer your curiosity of why certain things happen in that way, why people leave you very suddenly and a very unexpected way or in a very painful way. And it was quite a shock for you, and you really didn't know how to come out of it. And you probably spent a lot of time crying, and you have trying to find answers in your own solitude, in your own lonely corner, and you have been gaining lot spiritually, because you may not find the original answer that for the question that you have been looking for, but in the process you have gained so much spiritual knowledge that now you have come to become even more wiser, even more happy, or happy is not the right word. I think more content, like you have understood that people move on and you really don't have control over it. You might cry for it another few weeks or months or years, but then you they are saying that you will get recognized and rewarded because you have gained so much knowledge. Now you know how to handle this material plane in a more efficient way, and you will keep working at it and keep gaining lot of recognition and reward. It might come slow, it might come little delayed, but it will come, and you are not tensed about it, that why it is not coming and why people are not appreciating you, or people are not, because you really don't care about it. It really doesn't matter to you anymore. And they're saying that although you have got that spiritual enlightenment right now, and material recognition and material reward doesn't matter, if somehow you have stopped working towards it, but then they say that don't stop your work, don't stop your daily activities, continue doing it at some pace, because they see a huge potential for you to earn something very big in your material life, in your physical environment. You will be rewarded, you will be recognized in a big way. They see a huge potential. So they say that don't give up on the material world, because you are destined to find something bigger in your life. And they are saying that of course they had to go in a very unexpected way, in a very painful way, because that was planned even before they were born, or you were born, even before their parents were born. It was all planned in that way, so that you can have that experience to seek the spiritual growth. It was planned, although it's very easy for me to say that, but uh, the universe has planned that for you. Such a powerful message that I'm choking right now. I'm feeling very emotional. Sorry for that. So, the next message that we have is taking time to meditate and prayer. You have been doing that. Continue to do prayers, continue to meditate, and it will help you, but then don't lose your focus on your recognition and spiritual rewards, because if you also find that balance between spirituality and material world, you will find that elevation very easily, and you will continue to elevate in your life both spiritually and materially, and you will have a great uh, life ahead, and you will continue to get guidance from your ancestors in the form of spiritual messages. They will not leave you or abandon you, or just let you go. They will continue to guide you uh, all through this journey of life that you have on this material plane. So they are quite hopeful, they are quite thankful to you for following that spiritual path, and they are pleased with that, and they just want you to be feel rewarded, and they want to give you more rewards, and they will continue to guide you. They'll keep sending you messages to ensure that you get your dues, material dues, you get all the material luxuries that you are actually deserving of. Some, because of the spiritual enlightenment or spiritual elevation, you just want to leave everything behind and you want to get more spiritual, but then you have some dues that you have to enjoy a few luxuries in life before saying and goodbye to all of this. So they are saying that don't leave all that, because they want you to enjoy your life. So that's your message, pile 3. And Let me know how you feel after listening to this message. And pile 4, what do we have for you? So we have positive movement forward, temptations, and hope. And then we have 3 oracle cards. We'll look at them little later from now. But what the cards are telling here is that your ancestors are telling you that you have done a great job. You have been moving forward in with positive movement, and you continue to do that. They are asking you to do that, but they are also warning you that there are a lot of temptations on the way, and the temptation doesn't mean that it's a temptation of cheating someone or it's I don't know. There's a whole lot of sexual undertone to this. That's the way they are trying to communicate with me. They are trying to tell you that actually it's quite clear to me what they're trying to tell you from the Indian culture and the system that we have. See, right now we have this important period of Pitru Paksh where we communicate with ancestors. If you have not watched my immediate previous video, just go to the video and watch the previous one, the one just before. It's also linked in the iCards of this video. Watch that video. So that is a very spiritual time where you connect with your ancestors, and immediately after that, after 17th, from 18th, it's a very auspicious time where you worship power, worship Shakti. It's Durga Puja time in India, commonly known as Durga Puja time. It's for 10 days. Those are the 10 days where people follow celibacy. People don't uh, get into sexual activities. So, what the cards are telling here is that there would be a lot of temptation to fall for such kind of activities, but save your energy right now until 27th of this month. And then there is another 20 days period when once you conquer your Shakti, you have to get back to your home. It is a 20-day period. There are a whole lot of mythology involved in this. If you are Hindu, you might connect the dots, but others might find it difficult. But this is not the platform to share all those stories, so I won't even get into that, and I don't expect you to understand all that, or don't want you to become a Hindu. But then this is a theme that is very important, that you should just recognize that if at all it is possible. I know if you are married and you have a partner, you probably find it difficult to say no or something like that. Those are the things that I'll leave up to your judgment. But all others who can manage to maintain celibacy, uh, it's a good time for you to maintain celibacy till 17th of October. That's what I would say. Like till 27th, it's the of September, it is very important. And then once you have harnessed that energy, it takes 20 days to reach to the home, which is like Lord Rama took 20 days after killing Ravana to reach his home. That's the cue. Anyhow, uh, for those who know the story of Ramayana. So, and then there is a lot of hope for you in the future. So the ancestors are telling that don't fall for temptation, don't fall for anything till 17th of October, and then you will reach your destination, and uh, then there's a lot of hopes for you. In between, if you break that cycle, then you might get rewarded for resisting that temptation for a few days, but it somewhere you lose some energy depending on at which stage you lose that uh, temptation, and you fall for it, so you will lose certain amount of energy. That's what the cards are telling here. So the very next card is here is learn discipline. Of course, you have to Be disciplined, do not fall for temptation. So you have to learn that discipline. Be kind to yourself, don't be very harsh, don't get judgmental, because when you are trying to do this for the first time, it is very tough. It is very tough. And then believe in magic, that if you do this from now till 17th of October, there would be a magic waiting for you. That's what your ancestors are telling you right here. So that's your reading, pile 4. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you want to have a personal reading with me, visit my website astralluck.com. The link is given below. Until next time, bye bye. Bye bye and thank you.